All right, everybody, welcome. It's our Tuesday night team call. Marilyn Mosier here, and just excited that it's the end of the month and we have so much momentum building, have so many, this great new product that we just learned about, the collagen, the liquid collagen activator. And I know a lot of you are having sip and glow parties and, having a great month. So let's just really make this an end of month, strong end of month. And if you're on my team, I've got a special prize for anybody that does over a 500 orders in the collagen. You get into a special drawing. So let's really get to that 500 super seller MVP that they just changed it. So now that you have 100 orders, you get into that 500 MVP super seller, and you get an extra $100. And there's so many great end of month promotions going on, and the extra $15 that you earn when you enroll a customer on Protandim and the activated collagen, the set or the activation set, or stack. So really utilize that as well. And that extra $15 is every time they order, okay? And that goes all the way to a global convention in October. So those are a couple of the promos, but we want to get right to our top 3 leaders that had reached out to me. Carrie Dickey a few months ago had told me, or actually a few weeks ago, had told me about this new system that some teams are using. And Michael Huey had actually reached out and said, hey, I'm using this new system with Shauna and Jenny and Marilee, and it's amazing. I'm enrolling, all these extra people and 15 people a month extra. And I'm like, wow, I need to learn about what this is. And I know some other teams have been using this as well. So I just want to introduce you 3 and let you run with the call and train us on what exactly this is. I know Shauna Mucklow has been part of the, communications or training in the new apps. That was part of her, you were on that specific committee, I know. And I know Marilee Marisic, right? I always say your last name wrong. And all of you are elites. Jenny Crane is an elite from California. And you guys have all had a wonderful growth in your teams and momentum. And so this system that you created is obviously working, and we want to learn more about it. But a little bit about Shauna. She has been with the company now 6 years, a Pro 7 in the company, has been an entrepreneur for over several years, but she just wondered what she wanted to do for the next 30 years. And so she was just intrigued by what this company had to offer. And so when she joined and went to the ranks fairly quickly up to the elite ranks, and grew a massive team. And you're from from Minnesota, correct?
Nebraska.
Oh, Nebraska. That's right. Nebraska. Okay. And then Marilee is actually living on the West Coast up in Washington State. She and her husband, Sean, they have a massive dog. He's beautiful. And she has been in traditional business. He used to be a fisherman, I believe, had a back injury that changed their world. So she has been in network marketing for quite a while, but now she's been with our company, what was it now, about 6 years, hitting Pro 8 in just a matter of, what was it, 2 years, or a little over 2 years, or under 2 years. So she has been an incredible trainer and a gift to our teams as well. And I know we've had you on our call other times too, Marilee. So we so appreciate you being on. And then we also have Jenny Crane. It looks like you've joined too. She's another elite from California and so gifted as well. She has had she's been an entrepreneur since the age of 15 and had been in the industry for over 11 years. She's has over 3.5 million in sales, global sales, since 2020. And she's launched in the past 5 years, she became one of the top 50 influencers in the industry. And so I love that she specializes in branding and helping network marketing professionals breakthrough in their business. And so she's an incredible leader, also on Carrie Dickey's team. So I just want to throw it over to you three and how you conglomerated, and got together on this and decided this was something that was missing as part of our offering here at LifeVantage, and maybe give us some insight and then just walk us through the steps, because we're so excited to learn what this system really is. So Shauna, I'm going to toss it to you and let you run with it. Thank you.
Actually, we're going to let Mary Lee start us off here, and I'll take it next.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and guys, it's just an honor to be here, and this is LifeVantage family, and I hope you all know this story about Shauna and Jenny and I. We are all Crossline dear friends, and I think we feel that way in LifeVantage with so many of you, that this is family. And so it's been really great to create something together. And I think we came together, literally, just a little backstory on this is we share this. It took place back, actually, remember the incentive trip that was the Puerto Vallarta incentive trip? Gosh, probably 2.5, almost 3 years ago. That's where I met Shauna. Actually, we were standing in the pool and we were having a conversation about just some of the tools that we felt would be really fantastic to just be that first exposure piece that would make a big difference for people. One simple tool that people could share. And so that kind of started the wheels rolling. And many of you probably are aware of the website biohackandactivate.com. That has housed the ABC primetime video with the patents and the studies and all of that good stuff. But there is another link, which is biohackandactivate.com/explore. And that's where we've housed this tool. And this is literally an exposure tool so that anybody, anywhere, 24/7 can be taking a look at this and explore the possibilities. And that's exactly what they do. So you'll see this video starts with this. It is just an exposure piece where someone can learn what the best fit for them is. We try to give this, if you've been in the industry, you're probably familiar with the term of a sizzle video or a sizzle call. That's like way old school. But that's just that aha piece that makes you want to take a deeper look. And that's what this first video is all about. So it's helping you to decide, or your guest to decide in a very short period of time, less than 5 minutes, if they want to learn more about the products only or the business in products. So once they finish that, you'll see at the very bottom, they can click on a tab to the left, products only, and that drives them into the next video in the product section that is brilliantly done. And it really is wrapped around the conversation of activation. We know we're an activation company. And so we really want to give that aha moment for people as they're looking at all of the different products. And what we found, you guys, since we came up with that piece of it alone, what we're closing is higher shopping carts. People aren't just coming in on Nerve 2. They aren't just coming in on one product and it's hard to get the conversation going about, hey, we've got all these other products. They literally have the ability to go through and see what the solutions are, product solutions are in the different categories. And it's been so powerful. If they choose the business and products video, they're going to actually hear a beautifully narrated overview by Carrie Dickey that makes me want to sign up every single time. And she's really giving that aha moment of the timing and the trends, the biggest pieces that people are looking for right now in ways that they can improve their health or be that resolve in their finances. It's giving them hope. Once they're done watching that video, if they want to learn which product pack, business pack rather, to come in on, there's one final video that's narrated by Ray Allen, Elite Pro 7. And it helps them to decide which pack to go in. So this piece alone is centrifuge to everything that has been created in the success system. So let's jump into the success system. And we want to just share with you how we are helping people activate their business. And literally, we wanted to create this for our teams because we wanted to have a launch guide. We wanted to take any of the confusion out of onboarding a new distributor, so that they could literally jump into the business in their first 30 days and have hand delivered to them via text message, daily activities. And it literally shows them everything. Everything. It's walking them through how to download their 2 LifeVantage apps. It's showing them how to walk through the ITT process. It's showing them how to become their own brand on social media, to get comfortable with the platforms themselves. And we even have carefully curated all kinds of content that they can use, or it's an idea for them to use so that they can continue to create posts on their timelines, in their stories, and along with mentoring, just daily mentoring, little sound bites of information that helps them to build that confidence. So let's give a couple examples. This is Tara. She is one of the gals that's on Shauna's team, and she's been in the business now for 5 years, and she's a Pro 4, and she's been feeling a little bit stuck in how to continue to grow her team. And when we asked for some feedback, how are you guys in our team feeling about this? This is what she said back to Shauna. I feel more confident in posting on social media. I really love having only one tool to send out to educate people. And the mentoring is so, so good. I think this is really going to help my business, especially with new distributors that start. It's so simple, step by step, every day on what you should do and learn. Thank you so much. This is really going to be a game changer. So we've literally seen that. And I know it has been a game changer for her. She has put in more enrollments now than she's done in forever, just by integrating the system. And I want to tell you guys, an overarching theme for everybody in our teams using this is their confidence level is through the roof. And we know
Tara's this close to Pro 5 this month. I just want everybody to know now, like this close. That's how much confidence this woman has now.
Which is amazing. And that's what we want. And I think a lot of us have experienced distributors that have been stuck, feeling like, I don't know how to get past this point. And now with confidence and feeling like they have the tools to run, they're running. So it just is so exciting to me. So let's look at another one. This is a gal that's actually on my team. This is Linda. She's an absolute doll. She's been in the industry of network marketing for quite some time, just kind of dabbled in it, but in LifeVantage for 3 years, and just, kind of again, dabbled in it, but she's felt super stuck, and she doesn't feel confident with social media or technology. And I won't hesitate to tell you, because she said we could share. She's 72 years old. And so learning even how to run her phone has been one thing that she's working with, but listen to what she had to say.
This is Linda. I'm so excited, I can't stand it. I just had to tell you, thank you so much that put together the success system. I'm having so much fun with it. It's helped me so much. It's saved my business because it's made me get into it again. And it saved my life by keeping me not depressed. And I know it took a lot of work, but I really appreciate it and I love it. I've had 2 people respond this morning just from a post. I'm so excited. Thank you.
I love it. And Shauna, I'm going to hand it over to you and let you continue sharing with us how this is working.
This is Linda.
I will share one more quick story with you. Holly is on Jenny's team, and Holly's a little bit different scenario than the 2 that we've shared before. She's already super savvy on social, but she wasn't really confident in building a team, a distributor-based team. And that's what she said back to us is her biggest struggle in promoting the business was fear of how to train others once they joined her. Who's felt like that before? I mean, even me, I'm like, okay, now I feel like I just gave birth to a new child and I need to be there and care for them every single day, right? Until I like set them away from the nest. And so I feel that this system has provided me with the confidence I need to show people exactly how to run this business. Plus it gets them into income producing activities right away. It's a wonderful tool to have. I no longer wonder which training to send people first after they join, and I no longer overwhelm people. And I think that is probably how people feel when they get started here, right? Because we throw everything at them and the kitchen sink because we know so much and we need them to know everything so they can feel like they can get started. But in fact, we shut them down. Do any of you agree with that? Because I feel like that's what was happening. And the reason we created this.
Shauna,
yes.
Shauna, can I just add something? And I just have to say, I'm kind of announcing this prematurely, but Holly's going to be qualifying for Croatia as a Pro 4 because of the success system. And she just called me today, actually. So I think it's perfect to announce that. And she said, Jenny, there's no way that I could do this without this system, without having the backbone of this system. So I wanted to just add that in there. I loved hearing about Tara and the fact that she's close to Pro 5. So the system is actually working. I wanted to kind of chime in with that success story as well.
Thanks for doing that. That's incredible about Holly. I'm so happy for her. Guys, the reason we created this is because when we created that educational tool, it's working, the Explore, biohackandactivate.com/explore. It's working so well that people are actually responding to our distributors on our team saying, I think I want to join you in business. I'd like to join with a Premier Pack or an Elite Pack. They were self-discovering all the way through the process. And then our teams were going, okay, that's awesome. But now what do I do? Like, even though we have a launch guide and have the app and have all the things that we feel are so comfortable, we didn't have anything that held their hand in one place. And our desire, me, Jenny, and Marilee, our desire was literally, guys, we're only as successful as our systems. Let's be honest with you, because right now, 100% of the efforts relied on the enrolling distributor, right? Literally, to get that new person started effectively, because they don't know anything when they start. However, wouldn't it be more awesome if only 20% relied on you as the enrolling distributor and 80% was set in a system that was delivered to them every single day for their first 30 days? So they learn everything over time in bite-sized pieces without overwhelm. And you don't have to remember to get everything to them so that you can mentor them and just direct traffic and answer their questions instead of doing it all. That's literally what this is all about. So there is a launch page. Marilee kind of told you about this. All the references are placed in one location. So once you sign up for the success system, you'll find a little welcome video here on this page. And then this is probably one of the most important pieces here, is activating your daily text. Oops, sorry, I skipped slides. Activating your daily text. It tells you to text the word launch to a phone number, and that's how they will be delivered every day for 30 days, a daily text with a link in it. Then right here, there is a success plan. And the success plan is a workbook, you would say, but it's like a resource. Some people are going to want to download that and read it front to back. And it's going to explain the entire thought process of ITT, of social media. It's going to provide so many script ideas for people. This is like a Bible. But the good thing about this is if a new distributor is like me, I'm going to see this, I'm going to hit download so I have it, but I'm probably not going to read it right away. But I would go back to this over and over when I need it. Okay. Now, Marilee would be somebody who would read it front to back as soon as she saw it. That's just how she is. And Jenny may never read it. Let's just be honest. She's like a wing it and go. So we fit every personality style in the system. And that was really important to us. Like she said, we have here where they know how to download their apps. We teach them how to find their referral site in their app, how to find their shop pages and share those, how to find that Explore tool that they're going to use all the time, how to share their enrollment links. Like, this is not anything they need to do in that one day, but it's a resource that they can keep coming back to. One of the most important things on this page in my mind, though, is there's a video here at the bottom. It's the importance of 200 PV and subscription, teaching them why that's important to their business, but it's also important and tips to how to talk about that to every single person that they talk to. Now, I want everybody to know, because it's really important. Marilyn said it. I am a huge, huge believer in the LifeVantage app. I've worked on it behind the scenes for 2+ years, helping them make it useful to distributors. And of course, this success system utilizes every tool that corporate has provided to us. This just puts a bow on it to put it all together for them so that they don't get overwhelmed. Okay. Now let's talk about what they're going to get in those daily texts. Every day is a link to a page that looks like this. And there's 3 activities. One is a business growth activity. There will be a social media activity for the day and a mentoring activity for the day, because that's the habits we want to start creating in people in those 3 areas, right? It's designed to teach a concept, but then also for them to complete something that day. That's what they're called, activities. It's not just for them to learn, it's for them to do. So we get them into action right away. Okay. Now, this is what that looks like. Business growth activity, and then social media activity will be next. And then let me point this out. On the social media activity, sometimes it's an activity that includes posting, and sometimes it's just an activity to build deeper connections on social media. We teach them how to do these things throughout. So if there's a post, I want you to see this, we're actually giving them the content to post. Like, choose one of these and post it. And if there's a story, we're giving them story content to post for the day. That's going to start attracting people to you. But one of my favorite things about this, yes, the content's great. Yes, telling them why we're posting that particular content. So they're learning the philosophies behind it, but we're not just leaving them there. We're telling them, okay, as soon as someone responds, here's how you respond, right? You're getting into Messenger and you're creating conversations, which can then lead to inviting, right? We're teaching them the full process. Then at the bottom of every day, there's a mentoring audio that they'll listen to that's between 4 and 10 minutes long. Okay. And so that they learn these principles over time. Now, here's an example of day 10. And this is what we mean by teaching them step-by-step to overwhelm. It's kind of like we're stacking things on top of each other. We introduce them to ITT. We ask them to invite. Later on, like on day 10, we're saying, all right, now you're going to open your app and you're going to look at your ITT list because you should have invited several people by this point because we're asking them to. We're teaching them how to move them from one I to T to T. Okay. Moving them through the process step by step. That's what we mean without overwhelm, because we're not telling them how to do it all in one day, right? We're teaching them how to invite on the first day. And then how to become a pro on social media and building your brand with curiosity and attraction marketing. I think the three of our brains working together to really curate the content and the flow of the content has worked beautifully in helping people attract people to them in the right way and build their own brand. By the end of the 30 days, they're really going to feel confident on how to continue to build their brand on social media moving forward. This is just another example of a beautiful stories post and how to walk someone through responding to people and inviting. I think we've already talked about this, but I want to point out that this includes scripts. Okay. So every time that we say, we tell them how to respond to people, but then we also say, if you're in this conversation, refer back to that success plan on page 16 or whatever, and there will be multiple ideas of them because we know that, right? This is designed for the new person. Yes, you guys can use it to relaunch your business. You'll learn a lot, but it's really designed for you when you enroll your next distributor to hand them this and them be off to the races so that you and them feel fully confident. Okay. Jenny, let me turn it over to you. You can talk about this mentoring and how people are feeling on your team.
Yeah, you guys, my heart, and I'm so thankful. I have to say, I'm so thankful for Marilee and Shauna, because as Shauna said, we all have different gifts. We all have different things that we're good at. Like Shauna said, I don't read anything. Marilee's a reader and Shauna's a doer. So together, I'm so thankful that I've been able to just link arms with these ladies because our gifts are totally different. But I think our hearts in developing this system was for you guys. And I think one of the biggest things is we wanted to make it simple. Like, we get it. When I first started doing social media about 6 years ago, gosh, it must have been almost 6.5 years ago now. I remember being so overwhelmed. And the only reason I stuck with it is because I had the tenacity and I'm a little bit crazy. So I was like, I'm crazy enough to just figure this out. And this is before we had any access to information. And so I kind of had to take myself back to that moment and think, how is a new person going to take social media and really be able to run with it? And not only that, how are we going to break it down for the new person, the person that's never done network marketing before, the person that doesn't even know their way forward? And most importantly, for you as the enroller, as you're bringing people into this business, how are you going to be able to educate them and keep it simple? Because I feel like one of the biggest things in us developing this success system is just understanding that the reason that people do nothing is because they're overwhelmed. Like, they're literally like, I know I'm having all this information. It's all coming to me at one time, but how do I actually break this information apart and make it doable for the new person that isn't a network marketer, a natural born, or hasn't had a big business or doesn't understand social media? So truly, that was our heart in developing this. And I'm so thankful that the three of us had come together and really use all of our gifts to put this together for each and every one of you. And just to see average people being able to take this and run with it. And so, you guys, we know that daily mentoring is the foundation of becoming a leader, right? It's the foundation of really growing your business to elite and beyond. And sometimes mentoring comes comes at us at all forms, right? We have all of these books. What do I start reading? How do I break this down when I'm with my kids every single day? So we took this mentoring into bite-sized pieces so that every single day, somebody can tune into these text messages and get that short mentoring that's going to inspire and empower them and encourage them that it doesn't have to be an hour-long thing every day. So we really kind of put this in. I love it because we have people like Fraser Brooks, John Maxwell, of course, Shauna Marilee. We have Lisa Nichols talk that she did at one of our elite academies. And it's a really great way to get a brand new person linked into the habit of building that mentoring, doing those mentoring activities every single day. I think, Shauna, you're going to go. Thank you, girl. So we're talking about ways it's going to help the brand new person. I covered that a little bit, but I already covered the fact that it needs to be simple. We need to teach the principles and the strategies in bite-sized pieces. So not only is this going to increase their belief, but it's going to make it doable for them. And so whether you sponsor a person that's working 2 full-time jobs, a stay-at-home mom, it doesn't matter. It's going to encourage those good habits and encourage them that it's actually doable every day. So that's really what it is. You guys know that in network marketing, everything comes down to consistency. And so it doesn't matter if you do a ton of action and a ton of things throughout the week, but if you don't do that the following week, what happens? Your consistency and your pipeline, all of that goes down, right? So we want to teach those consistent habits over time because that's really what's going to create that success in your business and beyond. And I get really excited about that. And I want to share a little bit of a personal experience with me. When I hit the rank of Pro 8, we didn't have this system in place. And I came out of that rank and people would say, oh my gosh, that's incredible, which it was. I'm so thankful. But I looked back and I thought, I have to simplify this. Like, there's not a person on the planet that, like, maybe there's 1% of people that could do what I just did. But I really came out of that rank frustrated and overwhelmed because I realized how much confusion was going on and I wanted to make it doable for every single person. And so that is part of the reason why we really wanted to break this down and make it simple. And so when we're looking at the 30-day success system, we want to not only build those habits within that 30-day time period, but we want to build those habits 30, 60, 90, 3 months, 5 years, 7 years down the road, because we know that network marketing success, true success in network marketing and that true leveraged income doesn't happen within 30 days, right? It takes some time to build a network, to establish trust, to build that leadership. And we want to make it doable for every single person. So we know that this is going to provide a strategy. It's going to teach them every single day what they need to do as far as social media checklists, our DMO checklists, and really understanding that when it's broken down in these bite-sized pieces, we're able to create those long-term habits that are going to help and grow each and every one of our businesses. So I get super fired up and excited. So this is what gets me really excited because we want to be able to empower you, whether you have experience, whether you're frustrated, maybe you've been here a few years and you're just, you're really stuck. We want to really empower you guys to be able to enroll those distributors every single day. Not only enroll them, but teach them the principles and the strategies. So it's going to allow you to spend more time supporting them and encouraging them, because truly that is what makes me the happiest in building my business, is when I can empower and encourage people. My mom always says that I should have been born a cheerleader, even though I was never a cheerleader. I actually never made the cheerleading squad because I was never good enough. And I just wasn't coordinated, but she's like, Jenny, you like to cheer people on. And that's really what I love to do. So I know that most of you that are in this network marketing opportunity here with LifeVantage, you're natural encouragers. You love to lift people. You love to encourage and inspire them. And so I love that about this system, is that it's just going to allow you to do what you do best. And that's connect, encourage, and empower people. And to me, that is what we do here, right? We're offering people an opportunity to see something that's greater in their life, to make them a part of a community of people that are all about inspiring and uplifting. And that's really what I love about this system. And that is enabling us to actually spend time doing the things that we love to do. We're going to get you out of management mode and into action and accountability and building the people up in your team that come to your team every single day. So that's actually one of the most important and inspiring things that I love about this. So, we know that what we do duplicates every single day. Like when we duplicate bad habits, our team pick up on that, right? Sometimes we duplicate habits that we don't even realize we're doing, but we know at the end of the day that you're only as successful as your systems. And truly that's our heart in really developing the system, is that we want to make you guys take this incredible opportunity in this company that we know, you guys, who's excited about the collagen. Like you guys have the best possible, I like to call it the magic formula to take this business big time. Not only do you have an incredible company, incredible products, but now you have a system that you can link into, that you can confidently move forward and really empower people to see the success and really serve them the way that you've been called to serve them. So I appreciate it, you guys. And for you to get linked up with this, Shauna, I don't know if you want to kind of let them know how they get started. Sure. I know, you know, you're the part. I have to say, Shauna's the one that built a lot of this techie stuff. I am not a techie person. So Shauna, we appreciate you so much. So if you can just let everybody know how they get connected in with the success system and how they get started, I'm super fired up and excited.
This fires me up. Every time that I hear us talk about this system, it fires me up, guys. One of the things when we were designing this, we were putting it through a filter and we were saying, what happens when 1,000 people a day are joining your business? What happens? Because it will happen. Like that's what happens in momentum. You guys, this collagen can put us in momentum. And when 1,000 people are joining your business a day, and let's even say 400 of them are distributors. If your team is relying on you to be the person that launches people, you cannot launch that many people. This system can. So having 2 links, one to educate someone and one to get them started, and then you just help them and be their cheerleader. That's how we really, really create momentum, right? And that's exciting to me. So biohackandactivate.com/success system. That's how you sign up for the system. And I want you to know, this was designed initially for Jenny, Marilee's, and my team. That's what we designed it for. Then our teams were having great success and the word got out, and some elite leaders, including Michael Huey, came to us and said, how can we use this too? And so I do want you to know that we do have to charge. So it's $49 one time, $49 one time for the new distributor or for you to have the success system. Now you have it forever because it's going to be delivered to you in text message and you'll always have access and it'll always be in your text messages once you get it. Okay. So it's one time $49. And that's because there is a cost to deliver text via text message, 35 texts or whatever we deliver over the span for every single person. So I want you to know that. And I want you to please share your feedback once you get in there and you use it, because that's our favorite thing. We want to create massive success stories and momentum in your business.
I love it. And I don't know if Michael has a few minutes just to pop on and tell us how this has helped his team. And it looks like he just qualified or will qualify for Croatia tomorrow. But Michael, do you want to pop on?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you for that. Guys, this is the second time I got to hear it. So I took some more notes. You take notes every time you go through it. And I've been with this amazing company for 11 years, and some of my you just got to hear from some of my favorite people, right? You know, Marilee can tell you, we all are close now, right? Like we're family now, right? Like, and one of the things that I said to them was, and I'm not going to cry because if you know what I've gone through, I went through a lot over the last month and a half. I've been traveling. I lost my mother 3 weeks ago, this past Sunday. And guys, this business and the people in this business and what you just heard about have made my life joyful again, because I was frustrated. Like Shauna said, like I got to teach LifeVantage Academy with this company for 2 years. And we didn't know what we were teaching from year to year. It was confusing. And Jenny, it was good to see you too. You know, and just being able to have something that, like Shauna said, when we go into momentum, this month and last month, since I've implemented this, have been 2 of my biggest months that I've had. We enrolled 15 people last month, I'm not going to tell you how much we enrolled this month because we still have a couple more days. But I'm going to tell you this. I sent pictures to Marilee and I put them in a group thing with Shauna. When we were on our way to activate, my wife was going through the whole system, writing out her avatar. I sent them pictures. 4 hours on a plane flight. I didn't talk to my wife. She literally put her head down and went to work. And she's came back. She's doing clubhouse rooms. She's signing people up. She's taking action because now we feel real comfortable with how we're able to help people. And there's no confusion. The videos that you saw at the beginning, you can really, and I'll finish with this. You can really take massive action with this system. Okay. And the reason you can take massive action because there's no confusion. I lost a lot of people in this business because of confusion. We won't lose any more people if you follow this system. There's no confusion. The confusion's taken out. The duplication is there. The encouragement's there. When you've done this business by yourself and you watch the change in a spouse or a teammate or somebody else that's actually always been excited but was confused and didn't know what to do or what to say or how to say it, you guys just heard of something that I hope that you don't wait. I signed up when I heard about this right on the phone while they were telling me about it. Right. And, I just hope that you guys will do the same thing and that I always say this to my team. The difference between the wisdom and the knowledge that you learned about tonight is the action that you take right now by taking action on this, doing the work, putting in the extra effort. I'm going through this Saturday. I have 2 hours planned out to go through this myself as my wife's teaching me how to go through this. I've been teaching my wife how to do this business for 11 years, and now she's gonna teach me. So, Marilyn, Lisa says hi, and to all of you guys, Shauna, Jenny, Marilee, she just went to bed. So it's been a long couple of weeks, and I just want to say thank you guys for allowing me, Marilyn, to be a part of sharing my heart and sharing what this has done for us. So I love you all. God bless you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Michael. We love you too. And I'm so sorry to hear about your mother. I just must have missed that on social media, but our prayers are with you. I know that's so hard, but wow, that is a great validation. Just what you said, how your business was kind of stalled and then you started enrolling all these people after implementing the system. So I think, it just seems like there's people out there looking for something. And the way Carrie Dickey said, she sent me a lot of the text messages. She goes, this is what they're going to be getting every single day. And so it's kind of like you plug in first, obviously, and then you plug your people into it. How much are we guiding them along, or are you just going to walk them through things kind of deal? Or do you want to explain that a little bit?
Sure. So here's what happens throughout the success system. They're encouraged multiple times throughout the business growth activities to reach out to their enroller. So they should be coming to you. On day 2, they're saying they're supposed to be sharing their goals with you. On day 4, they're supposed to be telling you who they invited today and talk about their conversation. So we're asking them to constantly be in contact with their enroller. And so that helps open up communication. And now, of course, for me, I just enrolled a new distributor and I am, how it is, in constant contact with them, but it's not me having to say, okay, make sure that you saw this and make sure that you did this and make sure that you did this. All I have to say is did you do your activities today? And then they tell me about them and I can guide them, right? I don't have to give them every activity. I just have to touch base with them and say, tell me, how's it going? How'd your activities go today? And if it was an inviting day, they'll tell me. You know what I mean? They say, okay, I know I was supposed to invite 5, but I only really invited 3. And okay, great. Tell me how that went. And then we can start talking about invites. That's how I do it. Marilee or Jenny, any different for you guys?
No, I would say, I'm so sorry. I'll jump in real quick. I would say that honestly, when you felt like you had to hold their hand and get on a phone, and I just remember these Zooms getting on and having to just have this arduous task of walking people through and showing them all the behind the scenes and screen shares for everything. Gone are those days, man, it really is. And Shauna had such a great point. It really, when you hit momentum and you have a ton of people coming in. Old school was, don't you dare sign up more than 2 or 3 people in a month because it's really hard to run with more than 2 or 3 people at a time. Well, that doesn't suit momentum well. So when you have something like this and you're doing 20% of the work instead of 80% of the work, and this system is doing 80% of the work, it just changes the game. It's like such a breath of fresh air.
Okay, and so there's a couple questions about international text message. I just saw that. So that you download the Shout app, is that right? Okay. Oh, it looks like you're muted.
Yeah, Lynn, yeah, so it explains that inside of the success system. So whether you're from Canada or outside of the US, it explains how you access those text messages. So we wanted to make it doable for not just the US markets, but for Canada and beyond as well. So yeah, I love that. And I love the fact that this weeds out the leaders from those that say they're going to do stuff and say that they're not, because ultimately you want to be able to work with the people that want to actually work. And you can tell the people that are actually following the system. So it's really great. It kind of weeds out a lot of that confusion as well.
So do you ever get the question when somebody says, okay, I'm supposed to download the free, LifeVantage app and do those things, how do they kind of play off each other?
That is a good question. We tell people just to plug into the success system because we don't want to overwhelm. And it explains what they're supposed to do, the apps that they're supposed to download in this success system. So you don't really want to kind of incorporate any outside. We always say, keep it simple, plug them into the success system, because the success system is going to walk them through the apps, their PV requirements, all of the things that we kind of get bogged down with explaining every single time we enroll a new person. And that's what I really love about this, is it takes them through step by step, how to launch, how to start, what exactly they need to do as they're, launching and enrolling people. It really kind of keeps it simple, which I absolutely love.
Yeah. So I don't even tell them, Marilyn, at all. I don't even say, download this, do this, right? The only thing I'm doing is adding them to our Facebook group, like our team's Facebook group. And I'm saying, download the success system right away. Create your membership in the success system. It's going to tell you literally everything to do next. And that's it. That's all I have to do. And then I check them in with them the next day to make sure they did it. Because like Jenny said, if they did it, they're serious. If they didn't, prompt them to do it again. You know what I mean? Like that's the first step, and it walks you through the rest.
Wow. Okay. It sounds almost too simple to be true. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, really?
It's so funny because it took us 6 months to build this. You'll see when you get in there, it's a lot of information, but it was very carefully thought through. And the reason it took us so long is because we built it and then we went through it and then we were like, nope, too overwhelming. And then we edited it and then we went through it again and we're like, nope, too overwhelming, because we know too much. But we were really thinking of the brand new person. What is not overwhelming, that you tell them just what they need to know to complete that activity, right? Just what they need to know to complete that activity that day. And then we can build upon it. And I think that that's what you'll see when you go through it. It's really working well.
Wow. No, everybody's just loving it. They're in the chat saying, this is awesome. Great tool. Actually, Joanne Shear said, is there a pause button for those that experiment life events?
So you can pause it, but I don't even think there's a need to pause it, honestly, because you're going to continue to get the text in your text message every morning, right? And to be honest with you, text messages are kind of funny. Like we wrote them funny and there's little cute pictures that come along with them and they're fun, but you can scroll back, like the text messages stay in your phone. You know what I mean? So you just go to the success system contact in your phone, look at your messages, and they're all there. So you can go back to day 1 or day 5 or day 3, anytime that you want. If you're like, hey, that day taught me how to do this on social, I want to go back and reference that again. It's all there in your text thread. So there's no real reason to pause it because it's all just going to be there for you.
Because you pay once, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
So it's not like a monthly subscription. Okay.
Right. Absolutely.
And Marilee and Shauna and I developed this to allow people to even go through it every 30 days, because it really kind of the whole idea behind it, nothing ever changes with what we do, right? It's just getting them into the consistent habit. So even if they're not posting the same exact thing, it still takes them through the system. They can do it every single 30 days for the rest of their business if they want, and it's still going to stay relevant, which I love.
I love that. Any other questions, you guys? I'm just trying to look at the chat to see.
The other thing that I think is really awesome that this is made by distributors, right? Let me just talk about that for a second, is because we have the ability to come back like from Activate, and within 48 hours, the collagen information was already added to the overview. Like we don't have to wait for corporate. You know what I mean? I'll just be honest with you. Like I love corporate. They do a fantastic job, but they put out all the assets for us. So then we use the assets they created and put them in the education and put them in the success system, right? We'll now curate content, social media content with before and after pictures that we now have, and it'll be in the success system for people to post. And it's very fluid. We don't have to wait for any of that. We're doing it right now as soon as we need it, which is really cool. So it's forever, I don't want to say forever changing, like tweaking, forever tweaking here and there as something new arises, or something new, like when the shipping requirements changed, right, a little bit last month, we were able to go in there and adapt that within 24 hours. So it's updated quickly.
Nice. Yeah, I love that too. Cause yeah, you have to kind of stay up to speed as things change as often as they do. And we know they do. So any other questions that anyone wants to?
Yeah, I have a quick question. Can you hear me?
Yep, we hear you, Kim.
Okay, so after the 30 days, are we going to be able to get into the current success system, right? Is that my understanding?
Yes.
Okay. This sounds so exciting. Thank you so much for sharing this.
You're welcome so much.
Anybody else have a question? Otherwise, I wanted to keep it at around 30. Did we go over that? I think it's a little bit longer than our 30-minute call at this point. But thank you so much, ladies, for joining us and sharing this information. It's www.biohackandactivate.com/success system, and you can see it on the screen. We will get this replay and recording sent out and posted in our chat. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, if there's no other questions, I think I'm going to let you guys run. And thanks again for being so gracious with your time and being on our call and sharing this information. It's amazing. You guys did an amazing job.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Love you guys. Have a great.
Love you too.
Have a good end of month. Love ya. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.